Well, we're going to move on to traffic engineer report.
I don't have anything specific that I want to mention that I listed, but I do know that Nathan has some updates. I think he wanted to maybe elaborate on.
Yeah, I've added just a few little bits of information there in the other items section. First, in regards to the city's transportation demand management efforts, we released a new website, so go ahead and check it out. It's carlsbadcommuter.com. This website, it's intended to really be the promotion piece behind the city's TDM program. So it's just kind of a single source of information for area employers, their employees, residents, students to learn about alternative transportation options. It will also allow transportation planning and mobility staff another mouthpiece for ourselves, just to create some awareness about some of the programs that we're working on. So some of those that come to mind could be things like the smart cycling classes, educational pieces, that we can use this website to promote those through. So if you do have things that come to mind, feel free to let us know, and we can think about posting them on that website there. And then a few other things just in regards to some follow-up from last month's meeting. Just gave a work plan update on the traffic impact fee. Essentially, staff is currently working with Sandag regarding the city's responsibility related to the Transnet ordinance. And then we're also working on developing an initial scope and scope of work for the fee update. Really, I think we'll kick up a lot of that work when we start looking at the conceptual analysis for the sustainable mobility plan. So that'll kind of be our first phase to get that project list going, looking at cost, so we can have that specific project information that would then feed into the TIF update. I think we provide a rough timeline for that, saying we would initiate a task with a consultant later this year and anticipate completing the fee program update by the end of 2022. Other than that, just as a preview to next month's meeting, we do anticipate bringing forward the fiscal year 2019-2020 GMP monitoring circulation report. So again, just watch out for that next month. And those are my updates.
Okay. Okay, we're going to move on to commissioner comments. I saw Commissioner Linke. Any other commissioner comments or questions? Okay, Commissioner Linke.
Yeah, I actually wanted to follow up with Mr. Schmidt's comment, and I don't know if I can ask a question at this point, but so the TDM, we'd heard from, I think, Ms. Gomez and from the community development representatives when they presented the VMT guidelines to us, that the TDM program, that there would be a residential thing added, or there would be an expansion. Is there any update on, because I mean, preface that by saying in the last year and a half when I've been reviewing these development applications, not one of them, was a very small one, was a commercial one that wanted to do VMT, but every single other one were larger residential ones. And right now the community development department is treating all residential, no matter how many ADTs they add, they're putting them at like the lowest level of the commercial one, which is another area that we need to explore in the TIA guidelines. But is there any traction on getting a more residential TDM program?
Yeah, yes, there is, to answer your question, Commissioner Linke. Yeah, the community development department is currently working on a specific update to the TDM handbook that would address residential TDM.
Okay, and I just want to share something else with the rest of the commission. TDM for residential projects is challenging, that you can use things like the car share program like I described earlier, if it's real, and a network electric vehicle. You can promote telecommuting, maybe by giving free internet, but there's limited things you can do. But for TDM, it's really, I think, one of the main things we're going to be focusing on in the future is citywide TDM. So you need a citywide car share program, citywide or at least somewhat regional in the city. And so that's why, to me, it's so important to update the traffic impact fee program, because it's that program where each developer is charged per ADT for those types of projects where you combine the contributions of multiple developers and the city to accomplish those projects. So the longer the TIF program sits without a viable TDM and TSM program incorporated into it, so that fees can be collected, we're giving up money, and developers and whoever are not paying their fair share towards an eventual TDM. So, I mean, I'm happy that the TIF program is being explored now, but it'd be really nice if we could have a faster timeline than the end of 2022, because it's supposed to be reviewed every year at budget time, which is coming up this year, and then next year is another budget time, and then we're waiting until after that. I think we're giving up money. You know, talk about funding. That's one of the main things of getting mobility projects done, is having funding, and we're just, you know, maybe we don't have staff time to do it, but we're literally costing money by not getting these things done faster.
Okay, so before we go any further, because we already talked on other subjects other than the TIA, we're gonna stop there the discussion before Mr. Contreras tell us. I can see when he's fidgeting in the chair, so I gotta step in.
As long as
before
it's
that.
brief, we make it within the brief parameters.
Yes, we kept it. It's all good. We're all good. Okay, so Commissioner Linke.
In my defense, the last item was on the TDM and TIF program, so I wanted to slide it in there before commissioner comments, but that's all the comments I have. I will shut up now. I know I have monopolized time.
It's okay. We appreciate all your work and everything you say. It's very educational to all of us. So, so please don't feel like you have to shorten your, but I do know that we do need to move on so we don't get too much in trouble.